another situation where the organ occurs all the time is the blues. And when we're thinking about playing the blues, we have to shift gears a little bit and sort of get away from these major chords and more into a minor-based sort of sound. So if we wanted to do something like that, we might play something that sounded more like 7th chords or 9th chords or what have you. So a good way to do that for the key of C would be to go back here to the 1st fret, engage the B pedal and lower the E strings, and then we'll play all those same strings. This kind of rhythm might happen all the time. That sort of thing. Something funky. Funky and organ goes good together. So now, if we were there already and we needed to go to the 4 chord, we could just release the pedals and levers and drop down and catch that 9th string. Any kind of little rhythmic variation you want to add in there. Anything that involves that same set of strings. Now, if we wanted to, we could just move up 2 frets and there's our G7th chord, or if we wanted to, we could stay on that same fret and add the A pedal in, and now as long as we don't hit the 9th string, that also sounds like G7th. Or if your guitar happens to have a lever that lowers your 5th strings a half step, so we could start out with them lowered, and then we could go to the pedal if we wanted to. Any of that's going to be that G7th, G9th chord, the 5/7th chord. So here we go with the 1/7th chord, the 4/7th chord, the 5/7th chord, back to the 1. And you'll notice we played a lot of stuff there without moving at all. In fact, we didn't even add any vibrato in. This is lazy man's pedal steel. Now, we could also switch up and play some sort of things that sound, organ players play a lot of stab sort of things where they just sort of play something real staccato and a quick little jab at the keys and then they're done. And one good way to do that is to switch over to the B and C pedals and go up on strings 3, 4, and 5, and 6 for that matter, and do this sort of thing. Once again, that is C 9th, C7th. 9ths and 7ths are always completely interchangeable. Now, I talked about not using the pedals a lot. Here's a situation where you actually can use the pedals and get a neat effect. If you start without the pedals engaged and then add them in, you get a cool effect. So the B and C pedals in and out over that 1st fret for stuff that sounds like C7th or C9th. Any sort of little thing like that will work. You can play around with that, find a variation that you like for yourself. Okay, well, what about single string stuff, like actual picking sort of things?